We're ready. Welcome everybody to the Loudoun County City Council regular meeting for August 5th, 2019. I'd like to start off by asking my friend Bert Willoughby to lead us in invocation.
We can pray with you, please. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, and Lord, we thank you for the community we live in. Lord, our hearts go out to those in El Paso as well as Dave. Lord, for those families that were impacted by the loss of loved ones as well as those that were injured. So Lord, we lift those families up to you today. Lord, we thank you that the first responder today that situation at least take it down very quickly. So, Lord, we pray for a firefighter, we pray for police officers, Lord, just our public works employees, every administrator, department head, as well as our mayor and our council. Lord, just teach us your truth. Lord, we know your word is true. Lord, just help us as we make decisions that will impact our community. Help us, Lord, that we would look to you for guidance and wisdom. Lord, we love you. We thank you. We thank you for this time together. May you bless everything that's said and done and be pleasing in your sight. It's in your name that we do pray. Amen.
Amen. Would remain standing and pledge allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll start with approval of minutes for July 15th, 2019. Need a motion and a second, please.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? And then we'll start with my friend Stacy Reynolds from the Heritage Council. Has a presentation.
Hello, thank you, Mayor Gary Green, council members, for having me again. My seasonal allergies are in high gear, so I apologize ahead of time for the watery eyes, the sniffy nose, and any sneezing or anything. There are a few small items I want to share with you, and I'll try to be as quick as possible. First off, I wanted to let you know that the Heritage Council, we are currently developing a new website internally. This website will be specifically to help us market all of our downtown assets, all of our downtown businesses, any property. We're wanting to market this website not only to potential customers for those businesses that are downtown, but also for potential businesses and investors to our downtown area. This website will be located at www.downtownetown.org. It's currently under construction. We haven't published all that content yet. We're kind of collecting it and getting it together. So check it out next couple of months, and we should have it ready to go. Second item, our new downtown design and beautification committee has been very busy, and I feel like we're making a lot of progress with that committee. I'm very happy with the progress that we've made. And there's a couple items I wanted to share with you that we have discussed in that committee. The first item is we want to add some outdoor seating to the downtown square. And we've located a manufacturer for high-end commercial outdoor seating. We would like to propose adding 2 or 3 of these 4-chair configurations with umbrellas to portions of the downtown. We're kind of selecting on some colors right now, and we'll put together a full report, present to the city for approval. But we're kind of earmarking the corner in front of Bob as the first area we'd like to add some of this seating. And what we're trying to do, we're just trying to kind of promote downtown as a gathering space for our citizens and for people who are coming through E-Town and are taking part in some of our downtown activities and businesses. We feel like that's important to help build community and just to help market those businesses downtown. The second item that we're looking at, we're wanting to create 2 new murals in downtown. And we've got specific locations already earmarked, and we are currently finalizing some designs for those murals. once we have those designs, we'll submit a report to the city and look for approval on those also. The very first one that we want to do, we want to locate it on the wall that's adjacent to North Main on the side of Running Souls Building. And we've talked with the owners and they're open to having this done. And we want to have a design that's going to highlight the downtown trails. Well, not just downtown, but all downtown's trail systems and our park systems. So we wanted to have more of an outdoor feel and help kind of market some of the other assets that we have in Elizabethtown. And that's something that the owner was open to. The second location that we would like to look at for a potential mural would be the side of the old Cobbler's Cafe, which would be our new office. We've been working closely with Courtney Ballard, who is a local artist on those designs, and as soon as we have those kind of finalized, I'll run those by the city and see if we can get approval on both of those projects. The last item I've got to share with you is we've got the Heartland Parade coming up on August 24th. We are working together with the downtown merchants, trying to come together with some additional activities that we can provide downtown following the parade. See if we can keep some of the people that are coming out for the parade downtown. We are talking with Burger Tavern, potentially to do another outdoor concert. They typically do 2 a year, and they didn't do one for the car show this year. And we're looking like we might try to do that on that Saturday if we can get everything taken care of in time for that. There's a lot of moving pieces, so we'll see what we can get done. And that's really all I have. I don't know if you have any questions about any of the projects or anything that I can answer for you.
Stacy, I would think, and this is nothing new for me, but because I'm consistent on this,
Yes,
if you really want to bring people and keep people downtown for that parade,
yes.
bring the parade downtown. So take it.
Instead of starting it there.
Sarah loves me, I know.
Yeah.
Staging is, I'm not convinced that. I don't organize the parade, but
Well, I know that that parade route's a little long, and generally they don't follow the parade. It'll break up after the parade passes through. So I thought, instead of letting them go on home, maybe we could keep some of them down there. Or maybe give somebody a reason to come further downtown after it crossed their path and exited.
Off topic, but some of the open buildings that we have down there, for one, how many do you think we have? And what new businesses are we looking at coming in, or do you all have some new players that are sliding in down there?
Yeah, we've been in talks with a couple of outfits that, you know, they talk about wanting to put in some restaurants and trying to find a location that they feel like is suitable for the kitchen and the kitchen equipment is proven to be a little difficult. I know that we've got some new restaurants earmarked for the old Newberry building when it's completed. I've been hearing some rumors that there's a couple of interested parties in the CED building.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, and that was getting a lot of attention right now. I know the price has fallen on it a little bit, so I think it's kind of getting down that range where there's potentially going to be something that's going to happen in that building. And I've heard a couple of different things, but nothing concrete yet. There's a great location on the square, the old, I think it was the Advantage Resource, and Mr. Grimm and his wife own that building, and it's great frontage. I've been trying to get a couple of retail spots to look at it. I thought we were close on them, but nothing has come together yet. But that'd be a great spot for a retail shop and, you know, potentially maybe a men's clothing store or something along those lines.
Thank you, Stacey.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, that brings us to second reading of ordinance number 15, 2019, amending the official zoning map for property located at 2875 Shepherdsville Road from regional commercial C3 to high-density residential R6. And I need a motion and a second to read. Motion, please.
second.
All in favor? Opposed?
This being a second reading in summary, Mayor, this ordinance will amend the official zoning map for the property located at 2875 Shepherdsville Road from regional commercial C3 to high-density residential R6. This is made pursuant to request by Pence Leasing LLC and TDA Properties Incorporated. It was read the first time on July the 15th, 2019.
Any discussion? Motion and a second to adopt, please.
Motion.
Second.
Okay, we're going roll call, so we'll start with you, Councilmember Bishop.
Get plenty of rest.
You are here.
I'm an
Okay. Councilman Fulkerson? Oh, sorry, Matt. Councilmember Denini? Yes. Councilman Fulkerson?
I'm a no.
Councilman Shipp?
Yes.
Council Lady Walker?
Yes.
And Councilman Willoughby?
Yes.
Motion passes. We'll move to municipal order number 47, 2019, accepting the bid from Harshaw Train for direct digital controls. I need a motion and a second to read that, please. Everybody jump at once.
Second.
All in favor? Opposed?
We're excited about this.
I can tell.
At a regular meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, a motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Whereas the City of Elizabethtown prepared bid documents and received public bids on July 19, 2019 for direct digital controls for the police station, wastewater treatment plant, and the Historic State Theater. Now be it ordered by the Elizabethtown City Council to accept bids. The tabulation is attached as Exhibit A from Harshaw Train for direct digital controls for the police station, wastewater treatment plant, and the Historic State Theater in the amount of $114,419. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city and or his designated being he is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved. This is the 5th day of August, 2019.
Do we have discussion?
Mayor, I'm voting against this. I don't see return on investment. I mean, to come in here with that's a lot of money to put out, and I would have thought that we would have had, and I know with the State Theater that we're talking about a little bit of a different situation than based on concerts and the use of the building, which we cannot predict. But I really, to kind of spend that kind of money, I've got to know that my cost savings is going to be X amount for the wastewater plant, X amount for the other facilities that we're covering with this.
Well,
I think 7 to 10 years, we're stuck. 7 to 10 years. What's your estimate on state DA? Did you have an estimate for the police department?
not to put you on the spot.
Oh, you're fine. I will run some numbers with Trent and get our paybacks and get them to you all.
Is there a way that, I'd kind of move the table until we get those payback estimates to where we know what we're doing?
Okay. Motion on the table. How's that work?
So we would have to have,
You're ready.
we would have to have a second, otherwise it would die for lack of a second.
Which means you had
Yeah.
a motion without a second. Then if you don't get a second, that motion will die, and then, Terry's motion would be in order to table it. And if he just makes the motion to table it, it's tabled indefinitely. That would give Scott the ability to do research, and then we can bring it back when we've got that information for you all, if it's just tabled. Now, if you have a specific time you want us to get that done, Terry, you'd have to include that in the motion. But if you just table it, that will give us the ability to do the research and bring it back at an appropriate time when we've got the information.
Aren't those, do they basically just take the size of your heating and air conditioning units and then square footage, or is there a lot of calculations that goes into it because of how many hours you're open and things like that?
We'll have to calculate all that. The police department already has an existing control system. Wastewater treatment plant has an existing control system.
So this would be replacing those,
This is replacing what's already here.
which tells me that the payback would be probably a lot less.
Well, the systems,
Excuse
the
me, it would
systems
take a
that we
lot
have,
longer.
the systems that we have in place at both facilities are aging and need to be replaced to be able to control the entire building anyway.
How old are they?
Well, when this building opened
15 years.
15 years ago, so this system is 15 years old. Wastewater treatment plants, control system is 20 years old at this point. We've had to change some of the HVAC equipment down there. So it's the modernization of these systems as well, and the same with the State Theater. It's like I said, it's got a control system that's not doing what it needs to do. It's aged out. It needs to be replaced as well. And this control system that we're suggesting that we put in and that we spec'd out matches what's going in at City Hall and also at Freeman Lake. So we're trying to tie all of our buildings together with the same control system so that we have one system, one vendor, one app, one website that we have to go to from the maintenance side and also the scheduling side so that we can control these buildings the most efficient manner that we can. So I'll have to run all those numbers and see. The issue with control systems is when they age out and they get too old, is you start losing control of your building. So instead of me being able to say, hey, this room is being occupied during this time, I need to control the air conditioning at this time. The air conditioner will go to the thermostat. And so it'll run on a 90-degree day instead of it being in an unoccupied mode. If nobody's in here, it'll be in an occupied mode and we'll use the air conditioning systems as it comes on.
So once you program it.
Right.
It's obviously, you change the programming on it, that's the way.
Right. So like at City Hall, we had no control system there. We upgraded all the air conditioning systems to our new control system. The old one, we didn't have all the scheduling and control that this new system has. So we can better control, hey, this is when this building's occupied, this is when this building's not occupied, and start bringing those costs back down.
So does it matter how old the heating and air conditioning unit is?
Well, like we've talked in budgets, we have to start getting you all, hey, when air conditioning systems get 15, 20 years old, we need to start replacing those as well. So that's another component of it, but controlling them is just as important as the efficiency of the units.
Well, I'm not particularly saying I'm against it, however, if you replace the lights in a facility with LED lighting, they can specifically say your payback will be X number of years.
Well, that's still dependent on how much you're using the lights as well.
But there's
So
some kind of an estimate.
there is, and we can do that same estimate on control systems.
Yeah, and I think before we spend over $100,000 on it, and I'm not saying I'm against it, matter of fact, I'm probably gonna be for it, but I would at least like to know when is the payback period.
We can do an engineering estimate to figure out.
If you could include in that too, the estimated life of the unit that you recommend us to purchase, or the system that you recommend us to purchase, because let's say the police department, for instance, they've got a system that's 15 years old, and now we're replacing that system. And if that system has been working, we're probably not gonna see a whole lot of savings in our utility bills in the police department. We would see a lot of utility bills go higher if we don't put this system back.
Right.
But, I mean, if it's a revolving door, new system.
There's also the human factor of it. If we're all on one control system,
Right.
it's easier for us to maintain and control it, as opposed to the system that's down here now. We have to be on site, we have to log in to know if there's any issues. This is gonna be globally on the web so that we can control it from our phones and from our computers as well, so.
Is our next regular meeting in 2 weeks, is that unrealistic?
No, I should be able to have it.
I think I would amend my motion to include that, we have some estimates by our next meeting.
For the City Hall, did we not get an estimate, or did we just lump that equipment in that whole?
Because we're changing out so much of the HVAC equipment there, it just makes sense to put that as part of the bid. And so it was just part of the bid. And what we did at City Hall was we put a head in for this entire system. We decided as the staff was, hey, this makes sense for the city to go this direction, to have a master control system for all of our buildings. So the City Hall was designed to include a head in for the system so that we could start building it for the rest of our buildings.
Well, we talked about this,
It's
Yeah.
budgeted. It's.
Yes, we talked
in the
about it during budget.
now.
We budgeted, but we didn't talk about how much it's gonna cost per location.
Well, the number we presented in budget, this is under the budgeted amount. So yes, we talked about it during budget. It's under the budgeted amount.
With the budget presentation, we had each one of these buildings and the cost associated.
You know, and I think for me, I mean, I'm all for being better stewards of the taxpayers' money. But I think with that, there has to be responsibility to know what the savings are, to justify costs. And I think if we go forward with any of these types, whether it's changing out LEDs or any of that, I think part of the information to the council, what I personally like to see is, here's the estimated cost savings. This is why we're doing what we're doing. And I think that speed keeps the process going. You're not going to get frustrated with us, because we're not
frustrated at all. So I don't mind.
We haven't done a good enough job.
I do not mind running these calculations and
Yeah.
try to figure out for not only you all, but all of our citizens and for ourselves as well, what the payback's going to be on the systems. I would just hate for one of them to come back at 20 years and you all not put, because it's a global program for the city. So and I'm just using this, let's say police station's 20 years, state theater, wastewater treatment plants 8. It's going to be really difficult for us to say, okay, don't do the police station, do the other 2, because we would like a global solution. It's no different than the global solution we're trying to do for access control for all of our buildings as well. We talked about that as budget as well. It's trying to bring a global solution to some of the facility management stuff so we can better control our buildings, we can have better security in our buildings. All of those things globally make a lot more sense for the number of buildings that we have.
Collaborating with your building supervisors and what those schedules are.
Right.
Right.
Right. So it's state theater.
It's going to involve a lot more collaboration, but in the end, also this is a huge savings for us. And I've seen school systems move towards it. I've seen other businesses that have multiple facilities move towards this because it is a savings. It will come back and save our citizens money in the long run.
I'm all for that, but I think one of the toughest things for us to figure out though is, compared to a school system, schools got a pretty much set schedule when school starts. And I think for our facilities, some of them are 24-hour facilities.
Yes.
Like this, some of these meeting rooms that have those facilities though, they're on a scheduled basis, just like your state theater has concerts. and
That's
scheduled, just like your meeting rooms that are at wherever building you have, not meeting in those rooms all day every day.
Right.
Because things can be controlled. That's just one example. With the lights that you all are putting in, the motion detector lights.
Yeah, we put occupancy sensors in almost all of our buildings now.
All of those things contribute to the savings. But it not be overuse of the electric.
On the state theater, if we were gonna replace the HVAC system over there, would it not behoove us to wait and do that? Would there be a cost savings if we had that done and then look at the cost?
We're going to change that like for like equipment. So there'll be, if one of the rooftop units goes out, there'll be a little bit of controls work. A lot of this work, that the cost of it is the programming of all these units. So if we're just changing out an HVAC system, is there a little bit of controls? Yes. But it's, and Sarah could tell you all, right now, we don't really have that much control over, besides a thermostat on the wall, the unit that serves the theater. And it would be wonderful to be able to schedule that out and say, instead of running the air conditioning system all day long to cool that space, when I have staff around for an 8 o'clock concert, it'd be a whole lot better to start cooling that space at 6 o'clock. And we can schedule that through this system. Because the system we have there now is obsolete. We cannot find anybody that wants to work on it and to build our schedules back up so that we can control those systems properly.
So to follow up on what Councilwoman Walker said, so we're going to replace that system, so we know it's already going to be a train. At state theater.
The units don't have to be trained. They can control any type of unit.
But I thought this group here. was
The control
specific to
systems will be
trains.
trained.
So that then says that we got to put trains back, and so there's no sense of bidding out. You can't bid out any other product, you have to bid out on the train.
The control systems will always be trained. The HVAC equipment does not have to be trained.
So it doesn't have to be a trained system in order for that
Okay,
system to work on.
okay.
It can be any, they can control, up there at the State Theater, we have Lennox, we have Train, we have an Aon unit that Train does not make, one of their competitors makes, and we're gonna be controlling all of those through their system. Train doesn't make boilers, Train doesn't make pumps, we're gonna be controlling our pumps and our boilers as well. So their control system is independent of what the HVAC equipment actually is.
So why did Johnson Controls bid this?
Well, the difficult part now is because we, like I said, at City Hall is where we built the head-end system. So Johnson Controls and Train and all of those bid the system at City Hall. It's a little bit harder when you've got that head-end system built. Johnson Controls wouldn't be competitive because they're trying to build an interface between their system and Train's. So unfortunately, we're kind of locked in on the control side of the train. And it's no different than what schools do, what the big, once your factory gets locked into a control system, unfortunately, that's the control system you're gonna go with. And it's not good, I know, but unfortunately, the world of HVAC controls, this is kind of where we're at.
Okay.
So you have a motion to table till August 19th.
Motion to table to August 19th.
Motion.
And second. Next second, all right.
Yeah, you just need a second. Ms. Terry made the motion to table.
Cindy, second.
Cindy second.
So all in favor? Aye. All opposed? Okay. City council information items, and I have something that I want to address real quick. It's set to meet me at the podium. A few weeks back, we were invited by the Chamber of Commerce to their award ceremony, and they gave me an award on behalf of Elizabethtown Sports Park. And the award is for Quality of Place Award 2019. Elizabethtown Sports Park won that. I was able to go up on stage and receive it from Brad Richardson. And although I don't think I'm qualified to do that, as the mayor, they sent me up there to do it, so I was glad to get it. But I want to pass this on to Seth and the great work that his guys and gals have done at the sports park to represent us since its inception. And we're really proud of what they've done out there. They've now turned it over to SFM, but they left it in great hands, and it's going to flourish and be prosperous for the city for years to come. So I wanted to take this time to recognize Seth and his crew and thank him for all the work that they do.
You're here.
Anybody else have anything? Marty, you don't have anything?
I was just gonna ask you if you had train controls out there, but
Everybody good? Good. Okay, we are going to close the meeting now pursuant to KRS 61.810 subsection 1 to conduct deliberation on future acquisition of or sale of real property by the city, discuss the general nature of existing and possible litigation by the city, and discuss economic development proposals. I need a motion in a second. Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Opposed?